know about you, but I love fairy tales. It's always fun to look at how stories can be skewed to add a humorous edge to them. This piece by John Seiska is a collection of parodies of well-known fairy tales. Some of the stories include Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk, and Cinderella. And now, without further ado, this is The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales by John Seiska. Once upon a time, there was a little old woman and a little old man who lived together in a little old house. They were lonely, so the little old lady decided to make a man out of stinky cheese. She gave him a piece of bacon for a mouth and 2 olives for eyes, and put him in the oven to cook. When she opened a door to see if he was done, the smell knocked her back. "Phew! What is that terrible smell?" she cried. The stinky cheese man hopped out of the oven and ran out the door calling, "Run, run, run, as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the stinky cheese man." The little old lady and the little old man sniffed the air. "I'm not really very hungry," said the little old man. "I'm not really all that lonely," said the little old lady. So they didn't chase the stinky cheese man. The stinky cheese man ran and ran until he met a cow eating grass in a field. "Wow, what's that awful smell?" said the cow. The stinky cheese man said, "I've run away from a little old lady and a little old man, and I can run away from you too. I can. Run, 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 as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the stinky cheese man." The cow gave another sniff and said, "I'll bet you could give someone 2 or 3 stomach aches. I think I'll just eat weeds." So the cow didn't chase the stinky cheese man either. The stinky cheese man ran and ran until he met some kids playing outside school. "Gross," said a little girl. "What's that nasty smell?" "I've run away from a little old lady and a little old man and a cow, and I can run away from you too, I can. Run, 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 as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the stinky cheese man." A little boy looked up, sniffed the air, and said, "If we catch him, our teacher will probably make us eat him. Let's get out of here." So the kids didn't chase the stinky cheese man either. By and by, the stinky cheese man came to a river with no bridge. "How will I ever cross this river? It's too big to jump, and if I try to swim across, I'll probably fall apart," said you-know-who. Just then, the sly fox, who shows up in a lot of stories like these, poked his head out of the bushes. "Why, just hop on my back, and I'll carry you across, stinky cheese man." "How do I know you won't eat me?" "Trust me," said the fox. So the stinky cheese man hopped on the fox's back. The fox swam to the middle of the river and said, "Oh man, what is that funky smell?" The fox coughed, gagged, and sneezed, and the stinky cheese man flew off his back and into the river, where he fell apart. The end. This next story is even better than the last one. See, it's about this girl who runs very fast and always wears red running shorts. That's where her names come from. Get it? So anyway, this girl is running to her granny's house when she meets a wolf. He tricks her into taking the long way while he takes the shortcut. Now this is the good part, because Red runs so fast that she beats the wolf to Granny's house. He knocks on the door, Red answers it, and guess what she says? "My, what slow feet you have!" And that's it. The end. Is that great or what? So sit back, relax, and enjoy Little Red Running Shorts. And now, like I already said, Little Red Running Shorts. "You just told the whole story," says Little Red Running Shorts. "We're not going to tell it again." "You can't say that," says Jack. "You have to start with Once Upon a Time." "No way," says the wolf. "You blew it. But you guys are next. Look at the title. Little Red Running Shorts. That's you." "Let's go, wolf. We're out of here." "Wait, you can't do this. Wait." Once upon a time, there was a beautiful girl named Cinderella who lived with her wicked stepmother and 2 ugly stepsisters. These step-relatives were not only wicked and ugly, they also made Cinderella clean the house every day. One day, the local prince announced that he was holding a fabulous ball at his castle. Everyone was invited. The stepmother and stepsisters got all dressed up to go, but as usual, they made Cinderella clean the house, so she didn't have time to get ready. After the stepmother and stepsisters left for the ball, Cinderella sat down and began to cry. Just then, a little man appeared. "Please don't cry," he said. "I can help you spin straw into gold." "I don't think that will do me much good," said Cinderella. "I need a fancy dress, glass slippers, and a coach." "Would you like to try to guess my name?" said the clever little man. Cinderella looked at him. "No, not really." "Come on, do you think it's Chester? If you don't have a dress, it doesn't really matter." "Oh, just guess a name, any name." "I'm not supposed to talk to strangers," said Cinderella. Then she closed the door and left the little man standing outside screaming, "Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin!" When the stepmother and stepsisters got home from the ball, Cinderella told them about the strange little man. They still made her clean the house, and meaner still, they changed her name to Cinderrumpelstiltskin. Now, it's time for the best story, my story, because once upon a time, I traded our last cow for 3 magic beans, and... Hey, Giant! What are you doing down here? You're wrecking my whole story. "I don't like that story," said the Giant. "You always trick me." "That's the best part," said Jack. "Fee, fi, fum, fory. I have made my own story." "Great rhyme, Giant, and I'm sure your story is just as good. But there's no room for it. So why don't you climb back up the beanstalk? I'll be up in a few minutes to steal your gold and your singing harp." "I'll grind your bones to make my bread." "I knew you'd understand." "I will tell my story," said the Giant, and he did. "The end of the evil stepmother said, 'I'll huff and snuff and give you 3 wishes.' The beast changed into 7 dwarfs happily ever after, for a spell had been cast by a wicked witch once upon a time." "That's your story?" said Jack. "You gotta be kidding. That's not a fairly stupid tale. That's an incredibly stupid tale. That's an unbelievably stupid tale. That is the most stupid tale I ever... Ah!" The Giant grabbed Jack and dragged him onto the next page. Once upon a time, there was a giant. The Giant squeezed Jack and said, "Tell me a better story, or I will grind your bones to make my bread. And when your story is finished, I will grind your bones to make my bread anyway." Ho, ho, ho! The Giant laughed an ugly laugh. Jack thought, "He'll kill me if I do. He'll kill me if I don't. There's only one way to get out of this." Jack cleared his throat and then began his story. Once upon a time, there was a giant. The Giant squeezed Jack and said, "Tell me a better story, or I will grind your bones to make my bread. And when your story is finished, I will grind your bones to make my bread anyway. Ho, ho, ho!" The Giant laughed an ugly laugh. Jack thought, "He'll kill me if I do. He'll kill me if I don't. There's only one way to get out of this." Jack cleared his throat and began his story. Once upon a time, there was a giant. The Giant squeezed Jack and said, "Tell me a better story, or I will grind your bones to make my bread. And when your story is finished, I will grind your bones to make my bread anyway. Ho, ho, ho!" The Giant laughed an ugly laugh. Jack thought, "He'll kill me if I do. He'll kill me if I don't. There's only one way to get out of this." Jack cleared his throat and then began his story.